topics and opinions expressed on the following show are solely those of the hosts and their guests and not those of W4WN Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4WN Radio, its employees, or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4WN Radio.
Welcome to my radio and TV show, Debi Changes Lives. I'm Debi, your certified holistic health coach. I revitalize people's lives by helping them identify the root causes of their health issues and create a custom, natural, holistic strategy to address them in the areas of mind, body, and soul. As a health coach, I'm not allowed to say that I heal, treat, cure, prevent, or diagnose any diseases. Simply, I make your body more efficient by reducing symptoms. You'll feel better, be more productive, and enjoy life more. Today, we're going to empowering you with our health and weight loss journey, the Beach Reveal Retreat. If you can show that slide for the Beach Reveal Retreat. It is a collaboration that includes my 6-month weight release journey that also has mindset coaching as well, and maintenance and accountability that you do at your home. Then you write your transformational story in a chapter of a book at the House of Influence Retreat Center in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. And you need to sign up by March 29th because that's when the weight release portion of the program begins. Isn't that amazing? And Julie Ann will share some insights and videos, and we're going to share how you can make this program a celebratory reward to drive you with emotion and passion so that you can achieve your health and weight transformation. And my job is to guide you through your health and weight transformation. I am the ideal coach. You want to put up the next slide? Because I released 70 pounds and kept it off for over a decade, which is on my next slide. Now, as a certified holistic health coach, I guide you with a clean, toxic-free diet and educate you the importance of the 90 essential nutrients and more. So I'm definitely going to get you through your weight release transformation and also give you good nutrition. Plus, that's okay, you can go back. Plus, I became a half marathon runner where I actually, my foot pain subsided. I've never been a runner my whole entire life from childhood to adulthood. And that's when the foot pain subsided due to the supplement program. So I released a total of 70 pounds total. And you can watch more information about this new this new supplement program that I took that made a difference where I didn't yo-yo diet and I became a half marathon runner on w4w.com at https://bit.ly/revitalization with a capital R, coach with a capital C. That's all one phrase. Now, not only do I guide people with weight release, I also help them mold, if you want to show them the next slide on mindset, I help them mold a new mindset, either by, with different type of breathing exercises and reframing so that you can release stress and emotions, which is really important in a weight release journey. I also help you create a new version of yourself in an avatar board that will drive you with emotion and passion to go through your weight release transformation. And you can find more information on this on my show link of my link tree, which is at https://www.debi, DEBI, changes, CHANGES, lives, lives.com/linktree, LINKTREE, all lowercase. And on that link tree, there's a button for a show button. And you just look for that show, Vision Cast. Now, I also had a team who were a mighty small team that were semifinalists in a weight loss challenge. And they actually won one quarter. One released 35 pounds in in 90 days. And another one released 25 pounds in 90 days. And they would have won finalists if there was a larger team. One did the Keto 90, that's the one that lost 35 pounds. One did the Wellness 90 that lost 25 pounds. And the Keto 90, if you want to put up the slide for the programs, is the cleanest program, keto program out there. It is moderate. There should be a slide. There we go. It's a moderate. It's low carbs, moderate protein, and high in healthy fats. And avocado is a healthy fat. And the Wellness 90 is similar to the. I kind of jumped forward, didn't I? I'll go through this first. Wellness 90 is like the Mediterranean diet without the oils and gluten. And there's also custom meal plans. Now, the way the coaching sessions work is there's 24. If you want to go back a couple slides. Yes, there. Go forward one. There's 24 weeks of coaching in the 6-month program. And the first week is an onboarding session, which I'll talk about later. And there's also accountability and mindset as well as part of the program. Now, the next slide will show you what the week 1 will be for the onboarding. And what that is we're going to start off with you doing a Zyda link scan or a health evaluation, which is complimentary. I'll review it with you. And the reason why this first session is private, because you don't want everyone to know your health information. We'll go through your measurements and also have you weigh yourself. And I encourage you to get a body mass index scale. And also you can select the programs I've already mentioned. And there's a fun homework assignment that you can do, which is the avatar board, which is how you create that new version of yourself. You can use a picture from a past or create a new version of yourself that you want to envision yourself as in the future. And that will drive you with emotion and passion to release your weight and keep you on track. Now, I've already discussed the plan, so we can go to this one. And I got to tell you, and there's the remaining 23 weeks of the group coaching where you will treasure your wins and successes and guide you through your obstacles. And I started off with looking at that avatar board, and we will celebrate your wins, and we'll look at your gaps, and I'll help you through those gaps, the obstacles that you have, with either tips or tricks, or working with your mindsets to help you release your emotions and frustrations about it. And you will get through those obstacles. And at the end of the session, we will review and look at your avatar board and get you really to envision that board so that you will be successful with your weight release journey. Of course, during this session, I will answer your questions. Now we can go to the next slide. And then there is maintenance and accountability. And that is where we're going to have one Zoom a month, and I will answer your questions. And you're going to also post with the other teammates, because this is going to be such a fun group experience for you, because not only is it going to be empowering, but you're going to learn from each other and you're going to support each other. And it's going to be friendly competition. And when you get to the accountability, you're going to uplift each other as well. And of course, I will uplift you as well, answer your questions, and guide you. And this accountability group is up to the Beach Reveal Retreat. And the actual dates of the Beach Reveal Retreat are November 6th to the 13th. And after we get through with everything, we're going to go to the Beach Reveal Retreat, where you can write your transformational story in a chapter of a book. And you're going to find that so therapeutic. This portion of the weight release transformation of the Beach Reveal Retreat is Julie Ann's portion, because it is a collaboration. And she will immerse you into the Mexican culture. She'll go into more details about how you're going to be writing your chapter in the book. You can go back one slide. And she's going to talk about the retreat accommodations and activities, and a little bit about her Roku channel. Julie Ann is the owner of the House of Influence Retreat Center in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, offering a truly authentic Mexican experience. She works with health and wellness coaches like myself to create a collaboration book that showcases extraordinary successes achieved when people are coached through their limiting beliefs and make breakthroughs. And that's what I'll be helping you with, is I'll help you break through your limiting beliefs. She is the founder of Influence Publishing, and she has published over 300 best-selling authors in the last 14 years. She's a TEDx speaker. She's a podcast host of House of Influence. She has a segment on Radiante FM radio in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. And she has launched her Influence Media, which is her Roku TV channel, where she features people in real life in their real commitments that they've been able to break through, and she interviews them. Before I introduce Julie Ann, let's get in the mood with a clip of Julie Ann highlighting your immersion into the Mexican culture. Play the first clip, please.
Top of Old Town. So we are really in the cultural district of Puerto Vallarta, the heart of Puerto Vallarta. And it is the old town of Puerto Vallarta. So we have art galleries, we have the traditions and the traditional people that live in this area. So we're not in the tourist zone at all. This is an absolute cultural experience where you're coming to Casa de Influencia and you're meeting our Mexican neighbors. Our cooks and our chefs and our housekeepers are all Mexican. They're my Mexican family. They're the people that have made this absolutely possible. And what you will experience here is completely authentic and real Mexico. This has not been tamed for tourists in any way whatsoever. You've got to walk up a cobbled road to get to our front door, and you have to walk by our neighbors to be here. You will get this amazing experience here. You will eat Mexican food, you will listen to the Mexican music, and you will get to actually understand what Puerto Vallarta and Mexico is all about.
Okay, great. So let's welcome back Julie Ann.
Hi, how are you?
Anyways, could you expand how our participants that are part of our beach reveal retreat are, some more information about how they can be immersed with the Mexican culture, and what are the people in Puerto Vallarta like?
Oh, wow. Puerto Vallarta is a really interesting and kind of exceptional place. I think it's probably the only place in Mexico where you can really, really feel the people that actually live here. So, unlike the Caribbean side of Mexico, where it's very set up with, hotels and it's all geared for tourists, here you can feel that it's a real town. It's a small city, and there's people that work here and vacation here. It's also it's the number one destination for Mexicans to come for a vacation as well. And so you really truly feel like you're taking part in everyday life, as opposed to just being in a hotel on a beach and having a tourist experience. It's a very cultural city. So it has a lot of the kind of Spanish architecture. So cobbled streets and red brick construction and red tiles. Sometimes people think it almost looks more like Spain because, it's very, the architecture and everything.
Very European.
Yeah, it looks very European. Yes, it does. Yeah. And it's very cultural. We have 4 or 5 theaters that have shows, amazing talent here. As well as on the Malecon, which is like the boardwalk, which is like goes along the whole side front of the ocean. That's only 4 blocks from where Casa de Influencia is. And along the whole walk, you will see all kinds of entertainers, Mexican cultural entertainers, Aztec dancers. There's one particular tradition where they have this huge pole, it must be like 50 feet up in the air. And they hang from the pole, and then they come down on their ropes as they're coming down the pole. And you just, you're like walking underneath them as they're doing it. And it's, it's spectacular. And the people are very friendly here. They're very friendly. Even the taxi drivers, there's so many taxi drivers that I talk to that used to work in Mexico City, and they say, here it's like everybody is is chilled and happy and laid back. And the taxi drivers say, there isn't they stop to let people cross the street, whereas in Mexico City, they're beeping their horn and in a rush to go everywhere. So it's a very laid back, happy lifestyle. And all the people that come here and choose this as home, like I do, I've lived here for 5 years. You can't help but just feel like you're the luckiest person in the world for living here, because it's just such a happy place. It's like my partner says, it's like being on vacation every day.
Wonderful. You know what? And the way you described it, I guess it's not, it's very safe. There's no, crime, so to speak. And
it was actually voted as the second best place in the world to retire to. And one of those qualifications is how safe it is here. Mexico gets a bad rap sometimes because, they do have cartels that run a lot of the areas in Mexico. But Jalisco is one where the area is run by tourism. So, whereas all the other cartels tend to make their money from drugs, and here it's all about the tourists. And so they keep this place a very, very safe place because tourism is their main business. And so I can't remember the last time I heard a siren. I don't think I've ever heard a gun, and I've never seen any violence in the street ever. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen people argue or lose their temper or fight. And I've been here 5 years, and sometimes I go to these, very big events, like Day of the Dead, for example, or Easter and Christmas. The Malecon is shoulder to shoulder with people, very, very crowded, but they all bring their families. And so it's this kind of atmosphere where, because all the families are there's this respect for family in Mexico. And when you're with your children, there is no fighting. So it's beautiful to see so many people and zero violence. I have never seen a fight. I've never seen anybody lose their temper or anything. Everyone is just laughing and having fun and enjoying themselves. And I've never, honestly, Debbie, I've visited probably 45, 50 countries around the world, and I've lived in like 12 countries. And here, there's nothing like it. There really isn't anything like Puerto Vallarta. And it certainly deserves all of the awards that it has won. It has won awards with Condé Nast, Reader's Digest, the big travel companies, all of the big companies for travel. Puerto Vallarta wins awards every single year. The best beach, the best cultural place to visit, the best food. It just every year it wins so many awards, and rightly so. Really, it's a very unusual place, and it's not like anything else in Mexico, and it's a very cultural experience as well. So the live music, the live shows, and culturally, you have, for example, Elizabeth Taylor. Elizabeth Taylor really put this place on the map, and where her home is, which is only 2 blocks from Casa de Influencia, it's just so beautiful. All the homes are big heritage homes, and they're incredibly beautiful. And her original home was turned into a restaurant and a hotel, and every night you can walk by and you can hear the mariachi band playing the guitars and the violins from the rooftop. And it's just, you hear this beautiful music everywhere, and it's just such a joy. It's a real joy every day to walk the streets and to see what's happening in Puerto Vallarta. And it's a beautiful, beautiful experience.
Oh, that sounds lovely. And it's great that they really cater to their tourists, obviously, and that's why they got so many awards.
Yes.
And so what I love about this retreat, it is a celebrated word to drive people with emotion and passion to release their weight. But once they get there, they're going to be patting themselves on the back for, being successful to get healthier, because it's also very relaxing and therapeutic. Could you explain the vortex energy that Puerto Vallarta has?
Yes, yes. A little bit like, the pyramids and spiritual sites like in England, Stonehenge. Puerto Vallarta is one of those sites like that. So we have an area that's called Los Rocos. It is Los Arcos. It's 5 big rocks that come out of the ocean, and it's a spiritual site, and it's where all of these ley lines cross the Bay of Banderas. So the Bay of Banderas is the whole area where Puerto Vallarta is located. And sort of in the middle of the bay are these rocks that stick out of the water. And just like Stonehenge and the pyramids, there's a lot of spiritual tales about the energy surrounding these rocks. And if you look on a map, you can look at a special map that shows all the magnetic lines that cross the world. And these are called ley lines. And the ley lines actually, they link all of the spiritual centers around the world. And so when you come to Puerto Vallarta, a lot of people that are very energetically sensitive, they will feel the difference in the energy as soon as they get off the plane. They get off the plane and you feel this euphoric, like joyful energy, because the energy field here it's a very joyful, happy field. And so there's you go to some places and there's a lot of trauma around, and people can feel that. Here it's the opposite. It's a very joyful, happy energy, and this vortex of energy that is actually goes across the whole bay. The energy field really emanates, and even for those that are not even sensitive to energy or spiritually inclined, they'll feel it, like in their stomach or in their heart, and they'll get off the plane and they'll smile and they go, wow, it feels really nice here, and by the time they get picked up by a smiling cab driver and have a joyful music ride in the cab and get back to the hotel, they're feeling it too. They feel the energy, and that vortex of energy it's in this whole of the Bay of Banderas. And where Casa de la Influencia is, one of these ley lines actually crosses the property. And so I've had a lot of people that walk into the building and immediately they say, wow, it feels really good here. It feels good. And when people are there, they can feel that energy and joy. And so, yeah, and that's also why I called my TV show Vortex TV, because it is a demonstration, and what I'll be talking about and interviewing people on Vortex TV is all about the joy, the people that give back, and in fact that's where I'm off to an event tonight, which is in aid of disabled children, and all the beautiful people of Puerto Vallarta all come together to donate to a disabled children's charity, and it is
wonderful.
Yeah, it's beautiful. There's so many events here, Debbie, that for fundraising, and that's on the Vortex TV. I'm going to be featuring, not just the charities, but I'm also going to be talking about all the amazing work that people do here in Puerto Vallarta. So when you say Debi Changes Lives, Julie helps you to change the lives of other people while you're here as well. So, you might be
exactly. and we're going to show a really brief segment of the excursions, what people can expect. So, and then I'm going to have you comment a little bit. We have to honor your time though. Okay.
Thank you.
Go ahead and play the next clip, please.
At the House of Influence here, what we're going to show you is an experience. We're going to take you on trips that are actually, off the grid. We're not going to go on a booze cruise. We're going to have a private boat where we're going to take you to experiences that you can't do as a tourist, because we know the local people, and take you with the best authentic Mexican food. We can show you flamenco guitars. We can take you to La Capella, where you can understand the history of Puerto Vallarta.
Okay, since we showed a little bit of that, what's your favorite details of the excursions that you have?
Well, I mentioned Los Arcos, which is the spiritual site, and that's one of the excursions that we love to do. Is take you there. You actually get to experience. You go as close as you can get to the rock, so you can feel the energy. And right there are all these artisan market stores, so you can get to meet the actual artisans that make jewelry and beautiful clothes and tapestries. They do like hand embroidery and just beautiful things, and you get to meet the actual artisans. And then we go to a nearby beach. It's one of the best beaches in Puerto Vallarta. They have this amazing seafood restaurant. All of the shrimp and the octopus and the fish is all caught freshly in the morning, and you get to eat just really amazing fresh fish. It's a beautiful white sand beach. The area is fantastic for swimming because it's kind of sheltered, and it has these rocks which create a little bit of a sheltered place to swim. And it's just a really beautiful, beautiful beach. And I'd say that's probably one of my favorite places to go. I try to go there once a week as much as possible. And I absolutely love to take our guests there. But I also like to help people to really feel, the traditional food of Mexico too. So you just saw on that video there, a restaurant where they were playing guitars, and they come to your table and they ask what song you would like to play for them. And, we play, I often ask for a lot of traditional Mexican songs because when the Mexicans sing, the Spanish is just so romantic. But they also play some of the favorite American songs as well. And everybody just really gets into the atmosphere, whilst you're eating your fajitas and it's being served at the table. For example, they hand make the guacamole at the table, right? They come to the table with a platter with avocados and tomatoes and onions and cilantro and chilies, and they'll actually make it there at the table for you. And so
avocados are so healthy for you. They're a healthy.
Oh yes, they're very healthy for you, and they're delicious here. They're absolutely delicious. So yes, I make sure everybody gets to experience the beach, the spiritual centers, the art, the culture, the people, the dancing, the singing. We make sure that you have a really, truly authentic Mexican experience. Everybody just loves it here, Debbie. And I know you guys are going to absolutely adore it because, it's an opportunity for them to celebrate their weight loss.
Exactly.
But also to say, look, I've made this commitment. I've made a commitment for this period of time where I'm going to lose weight so that I feel really good walking the beach in Puerto Vallarta. And I think that's just the most amazing incentive.
Yes, it is.
It's a fabulous goal. And I really encourage everybody to come along. Just set that as your goal and come to Puerto Vallarta to show off your new body.
Yeah. And they get to write their story in a chapter of a book. And I got to say, that is so therapeutic. It's almost like you put all this emotional clutter off on a shelf that you never look at again. And when the story that you write, it's going to help other people and be therapeutic for others. Yes. And could you briefly tell us how you help people capture their stories?
Yes, I've been publishing books for 14 years. I've helped over 300 authors to share their stories. So it's a little bit of a speciality of mine. I really, really enjoy helping people to share their stories authentically from the heart, because when we can share our stories authentically, that's how we help other people. because other people need to resonate, with our story. When you can help people because you're sharing that, honestly, then people say, oh, that's how I feel too. How did you overcome that challenge? And particularly with something like weight loss, there's a lot of people that have got a lot of, stigma around that.
Yeah, they have emotion on it. Sometimes they're holding on to
Yes.
their weight and they need to release it.
Exactly. And, it has been said that, if you're holding on to trauma, sometimes that is a reason why you hold on to weight, because it's like your body is actually protecting you. So
Yes.
I think it's a really, it's actually a really great way to release everything, to, you're not just
Exactly.
releasing weight, but you're releasing, any trauma that's stuck into your body that's stopping your body from being healthy. And so it's very inspiring to share your story and help other people and inspire other people by sharing your success stories as well.
Exactly. And I'll help them with the mindset to help them release things. And if I have to do private sessions, I will. But my whole point is that I can do that for people.
Yes.
So now you work a TV channel, you actually interview people, and to tell their stories. And it's not mandatory for participants to do this, but if they want to, they have that choice. Is that correct?
Yes, we have the opportunity for those people that either they want to share their story to help other people, or perhaps they have a business of some description. Maybe they are, in the health and wellness industry, for example, and they want to share their story and possibly, promote a product or a service. It's an ideal opportunity to showcase yourself. So whilst you're in Puerto Vallarta, we have our film crew here. I have the ability to do live streaming to Roku TV and Amazon Fire. And that, I think, is just an extra benefit that we can offer anybody that's on this retreat. So anybody who comes on this retreat and they're interested in either creating their own TV show or a short film or just being featured in an interview to help promote their business or their service, or what it is that they do to be of service in the world, then we can offer that as a service. So we can talk to anybody who's interested in that, and we can make a plan before they get here, Debbie, as to what we might be doing.
Yeah. And we kind of discuss a little bit more detail how it's not invasive, so
No.
and it's not mandatory, so they can watch our previous episode on that.
Yes.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to watch the video of the accommodations, and I want you to just narrate what the food is like and what the accommodations like, and if we need to shorten that up, we will, because it is a minute video.
Yeah.
Could we do that? So Rebel, make sure you lower the audio so we can hear Julie Ann more.
Okay.
So go ahead and play it.
Okay. Everybody has just a wonderful time when they're in at the House of Influence.
Yeah, unfortunately, we couldn't hear you.
Oh, what a shame.
So you can just say that you modeled it after a certain artist. And
yes.
So people know.
Yeah, that's right. Yes. For the artist Frida is a very famous Mexican artist, and most the colors are all inspired by that Mexican artist. So it's very bright bougainvillea pink, Frida blue, aqua green, and mango yellow. So throughout the whole building, all of the textiles, all of the furnishings, everything is in wonderful bright colors. And everybody comments, on how the atmosphere from the bright colors in the rooms. And also we have 4 balconies that have a complete ocean view. And so the ocean view is of the whole of Bay Banderas, and you can watch the sunset from the balconies. And also every night there is a firework display. And so you can actually watch live fireworks every night as well. So
oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. So, it's the bright colors are also, there's some warm colors too. So it's really inviting to, and relaxing to be there. So it's happy.
yes.
So, well, I can, do you need to go, or do you want to talk about the program, the collaboration in more detail?
I'll just quickly talk about it, and then I am going to run because I'm
okay. So why don't we go to the collaboration slide? What it is a collaboration between me and Julie Ann. So it has my coaching services. You can stay on this slide, and it has the retreat center costs. It has the accommodations and foods, fun excursions and activities, writing your story in a chapter of book, publishing costs, and how to market your book. The whole program is $3,997, and it does have payment plans. You can't make deposits, so apply to your first payment, but you have to be paid by March 29th, because we start on April 4th. So, Julie Ann, do you have any comments you want to make before you go?
Oh, I would just say that this whole package, Debi, is like it. We thought of everything. So, Debi's going to do the coaching beforehand to support you and help you lose the weight. And then when you come to Mexico, we're going to give you a whole inclusive experience. So you get to have beautiful accommodations. We provide the food, so you get to have wonderful culinary experience. We take you on excursions. So you get to experience the true, authentic Mexico. So it's an all-inclusive price, which is amazing, because it's really, when you consider that a lot of all-inclusive hotels cost that much, and that doesn't include being published in a book, or
having a 6-month weight release journey.
Exactly. So yeah, we're offering a lot, and I'm hoping that everybody will take advantage and come along in November and join us here in beautiful Puerto Vallarta.
Yeah, November 6th through the 13th. So thank you, Julie Ann, and I'll keep on wrapping this up and telling more about
Thank you so much, and it was great to see you again, and I'll see you in November.
Okay, take care.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Okay, Julie had to go. I'm sorry. Julie Ann had to go. So what I like to do is go back to the slide before. So the one that's before this one. What's important is that you're joining us for the Beach Reveal Retreat. And this becomes a celebrated reward that'll drive you with emotion and passion to achieve your weight and health transformation. And it's such a fun gift of health. You're going to be so grateful that you took advantage of this. And like I said before, we'll go to the next slide with the prices. It's a collaboration between all our services. And it is $3,997, but there are payment plans. And right now it's going to be a 7-month payment plan that's $571 each month. That's why you may want to put deposits down, so your first payment's a little less when you get to it. But you do need to be signed up by March 29th, because the weight release portion of my program starts on April 4th. And mine is that 6-month program with the mindset and weight release, as well as the maintenance and accountability group. And of course, Julie Ann's portion is the retreat center with all the things that she offers there, and writing the chapter of the book. Now, the writing the chapter of the book covers your publishing costs and how to market your book as well. And you can be so grateful that you've done this, because it's going to just, be so therapeutic for you. Now, you can see more episodes that weren't so jumbled from previous Beach Reveal retreats on my link tree on the show button. And you just look up Beach Reveal Retreat and you see them there. You can rewatch this episode as well. And you're welcome to ask me questions about the weight release portion. My portion is that 24 Zoom weight release portion that you do at your home. And we do have a private first onboarding session where I offer the Zyto link scan, or I offer the health evaluation to evaluate your health. It's a private session. Nobody's going to need to know about your health. And then we'll continue with the group sessions and then the accountability group. And you can ask me questions or see these shows from my link tree, which is https://www.debi, DEBI, changes, CHANGES, lives, lives.com/linktree, LINKTREE. And it's all in lowercase. Select the show button to review this show and the others, and also select the complimentary consultation button to ask me questions. That is also where you would put down the deposits right now. There's not, you won't be putting payments until March 29th, but all final payments need to be put in by that time. And at that same link tree, you'll find out about my other services. So you can go to my next slide. I've already talked about that, so you can go to my next slide. Now, one thing I do offer is making you aware that intermittent fasting actually is very beneficial for your body. What it does, it helps repair your body. It helps also boost mood. It reduces anxiety. There's so many things intermittent fasting does. And I offer something called Y-Fast, which is an intermittent fasting program that gets your cells and body humming, and in turn boosts your metabolism. And what this program is it has recipes and also exercises, and also gives you guidance on how to do the weight intermittent fasting as well. And it's unique with high dense nutrition and nutrients. I obviously incorporate this into all my coaching programs, but you can do this as a standalone if you want to. And you can go to my appointment button on my link tree to get more information on this. And you can also pick a certain package, a couple weeks, a month, that you may want to try it out, or you can do it yourself as a standalone. So contact me at my link tree with a complimentary consultation to find out more how this program you can utilize it. And intermittent fasting is really not that difficult. It's really easy, and I'll guide you through that if you need to. And also on that same appointment link, you can set up that complimentary. You're right. You go back. You can set up a complimentary consultation, or you get to know me and I get to know you. This is a complimentary consultation that you'll set up to ask me more questions as well. And it's at my link tree. It's a complimentary consultation, and I'll guide you to your optimal health, whether it's the Beach Reveal Retreat or my other programs. And with all, you want to go to the next link. Now, I said before that the Zyto link and the health evaluation are complimentary, and they will be for all Beach Reveal participants. And what the health evaluation is where you're going to rate your systems in 4 categories of health, and you're going to get a health score. The Zyto link is a little different. It is a transdermal optical imaging device that scans your face. It actually looks at your blood flow in your face, and it sees functional, energetic, and emotional components in your body systems and lifestyles, and it generates a report of biomarkers out of range, and it also generates a report of bringing biomarkers back into range with products and services. I do review this report with you. If you're not part of the Beach Reveal Retreat, you can still do the Zyto link or the health evaluation, but you have to pay for the Zyto link. The health evaluation is complimentary. It would cost $50, but if you move forward on my services after I review it with you, you get a $25 discount. Plus, you can get a package of 5 scans for the price of 4, saving $50, and that's for anybody. So you would have to set the appointment anyway, so that's why it's on the appointment button. But you can also ask me questions before you do it. So I'm here to guide you through your health and weight transformation, only because I know how it works. I know how to release 70 pounds. I know how I didn't yo-yo, and you won't yo-yo either. You'll have energy. You won't feel like you need a snack, and I will guide you through that process. So you get your Zyto scan now. You'll be amazed what this Zyto scan will tell you about your body. And go to the next slide. Remember, you can email me to get a copy of my #1 best-selling book, Women Rising, which is a collection of many women's transformational stories, including my own. That's why I know it's very therapeutic to do this, to write your own story. You can, and it helps people who are struggling to see a light at the end of the tunnel. So my copies are $20, and you get a signed copy for $25. You need to use that email button on my link tree. And once I get your email and payment, I'll send it off to you. And I do have a complimentary service right now, which you can go to the next slide, which is Debi's Coaching Chats. It's a 30-minute session that's intimate. That's on Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. And you can, there's going to be a survey that'll pick these ideas from these topics. How do you make your body more efficient, releasing stress? You know, how hormones affect your body, efficiently releasing weight, how to build a winning mindset, how mindset can help you optimize your health and weight release, and also how to create a new version of yourself with an avatar board. And you have to register it at https://bit.ly/Debi with a capital D, EBI dash coaching with a capital C spelled out, and chats with a capital C, and it's plural, and it's all one phrase. Once you do that, you get to know how I work as a coach, and you get to know me a little bit better. So check this out. It's a complimentary service. And finally, if you want to know more about alternative health, upcoming programs, and upcoming shows, then you want to sign up for my newsletter. And you do that at https://bit.ly/radio and TV show, all in lowercase as one phrase. And I give you a complimentary gift of a 30-day health and mindset daily action journal, which is going to help you with with the Beach Reveal Retreat and any weight loss program that you do. Because you can actually write your gratitude, write your thoughts, the feelings and emotions you had, the foods that you ate, the water you drank, the exercise you've done, and you can track your measurements. And you want to review it on a weekly, daily, monthly basis to see your wins and celebrate them, and see your gaps that you need to work on. If you need to bridge your gap, then you contact me for my coaching services if you're not already a client. And it's a great health and wellness tool. So I got to say that you're going to love this. I'm going to bring my engineer on if she'll come on, and I'm going to ask her a question. Rebel, can you come on with your voice only? Maybe not. Rebel, I was going to ask you.
I can. I'm here. Sorry.
What did you think about the Beach Reveal Retreat?
It sounds amazing. It sounds like people really need to have a new experience. Everything looks so colorful and amazing, and it sounds like it was a wonderful time. And if they go for needing to lose a little weight too, you are uplifting and positive, and you sound like you're very one-on-one with your clients, which
Yes.
would probably make it a lot easier for some people who wanted to lose some weight.
Yes.
And if you lost weight, what better place to go than go to Puerto Vallarta and enjoy and relax? Not to mention write a chapter in a book that pretty much immortalizes you. You will be here forever. You know, your experience will be there to share for people years after you. It sounds wonderful.
It's a wonderful memory to treasure, isn't it? And you know, one thing I didn't say, and I'm going to say really briefly, it doesn't cover supplements, and I do encourage supplementation. Nor does it cover, because everybody has their own fingerprint of health, and it doesn't cover the transportation to and from the resort. You know, from your unique address in the United States. So just remember that. But yeah, it's going to be something you're going to treasure forever. And I do approach things uniquely for everybody, even if it's in a group coaching. And people are going to learn from each other, no matter what. So you're gonna learn so much about your health, and you'll be so grateful that you've done that. So I'm sure that you found this show eye-inspiring, motivating, and enjoyed it. So continue to enjoy my radio and TV show, Debi Changes Lives, which is on Thursdays at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, where your holistic journey begins.